Alright, so I have something to show you guys. I just love that send off. I don't know why. But this guy, I actually got it at AutoZone. I went there with my mom and I got this. There is actually a phone number on the pocket clip for servicing information if you so need it. And there's also the model number underneath. This thing's actually pretty cool. I actually like it a lot. This is one of the knives that has no play in it at all. I mean, I wouldn't really say any knife doesn't have play, but I can't notice it with this thing at all. There's some weird, like, washer inception going on in there. Something, but whatever it does, it keeps the blade from moving without the handles moving too. This thing is just crazy. It's made by Snap-on, and they actually have their own individual serial numbers on the back side of the blade, which I thought was kind of neat. It's for maintenance purposes, if you need it to have a service done on it, with the number on the back there. And I also put a tassel on it because that's what I do with knives that I like. If you remember the Kershaw video, or not Kershaw, if you remember the undercover push dagger video, I brought my Kershaw along with me there. Look at that thing. Oh yeah. It's got the tassel on there and everything. Now, this one is spring assisted. The other one's not. This one is not spring assisted. That was just my thumb. Because I used to have a knife that had a pin in the blade where you had to swivel it around the thing to open it. There wasn't any way that you could actually touch the physical blade. It was a pin that went through both sides of the handle and the blade, and you had to just push like that. So I'm pretty practiced in this motion. Now what I do is I press my thumb on this side into my thumb and then cast off. Now I don't actually go straight with it. I kind of go to the side a little bit. I let my finger ride along the curve of the knife. And it's really nice when I can find a knife that will allow me to do that, because this tip right here is way too far over and it won't let me do that cast off. Now the Kershaw spring assisted. Now that's one of the things I like, is just being able to open it quickly. Now the Kershaw does actually have play with it. It's not as bad as some knives, like my butterfly knife. We're not going to talk about that. I don't feel like talking about how much that thing plays. Oh my god. I mean, a butterfly knife at first, it doesn't have play, but then when you play with it for a really long time, it's just, oh my god. Now, back to the undercover push dagger video I did. I also talked about some of the fixes I was going to make. Well, I managed to put some baling wire through here, and actually get to pin both the pieces together, because that was the pin that was missing on it. And just like I said I was going to, I hand sharpened the point on there. Look at that. That's a lot better than it was. Let me see if we'll focus in on that. Yeah. And if you look, I sharpened it, then I went over it with 1200 grit sandpaper. Yeah. This is the undercover push dagger. The knife is nice, as much as the grinding thing was with it, but the case is what I had the most problems with. Now, another problem I found with the case is that the tip wants to sink to one pin, or one side of the pin or the other. So it makes it slanted. And you don't even notice it at first, but when you actually look, hold this thing straight, you notice it tends to lean to this side because the tip is on this side. Pull it back, show it down on the other side. And then it looks kind of straight, but if you notice, it's higher on this side than this side. Yeah, this thing's got problems. The thing does. The knife is actually pretty nice, and it's pretty hard steel, too. And this Kershaw, it's nice. It's got the acid finish on there. Kershaw Speed Sale. What this video is about, this guy, because I found him And I liked it so much I just had to tell you about it. But it did AutoZone, and I really like this thing. And I think it has a warranty too. I didn't read the case, I just ripped it out as soon as I got it. I just love that gunmetal gray finish on that blade. And the serrations, it's a one-sided serration, so this side is actually smooth, completely smooth, and then this side's got the serrations cut into it. And the serrations are not normal serrations. They are the same sized serration over and over and over again, and they're actually pretty nice. It has the ambidextrous pin on the blade for opening, and normally one of the things I'll notice is some knives, they'll get problems. This pin back here, when it opens, it'll hit that pin and it'll start nicking this pin because they'll make this pin out of cheap metal. This thing, I can't see any signs of it wearing down on that pin. It does have metal liner inside. It's got 3 pins and then the actual pin that holds it in. So this thing's pretty sturdy. And I really like this thing. It's got the little bit of the jimping back there on the back, so that way you can push your thumb down on it. If I could change one thing about this, I'd either have it where the jimping is raised up a little bit, or have this part right here raised down towards the edge after this pin is lowered, so that way I can actually just have it solely on that jimping. Another thing I like that I noticed is no matter how hard I slam it, this blade doesn't touch any of the pins inside of here. Some knives, when you slam it shut really hard, it'll push down on those pins, and I don't like that at all. When that happens with knives, it makes me frustrated. Let me see if you guys can see that. The blade is completely missing these pins, and I love it so much. Misses every single pin inside of here. No matter how hard I squeeze it, it won't make contact with any of these pins. And the safety pin is why that happens. This really strong safety pin holds the blade back and touches it in a safe area that's not going to nick or mar the blade. See right there? That's where it touches. And I really like it. This blade is really nice steel too. I just like this knife. And normally I take pocket clips off knives like I did with this thing, because I don't like if I get bored and I just start like stabbing a piece of wood. One of the things pocket clips will do is they'll dig into your hand. Well, I normally take these off, but with this one, I'm not going to take it off. Yeah, I just don't feel like it. It's got this information on the handle and everything. But I do like it though, and it does have the loop to put the tassel on. Because sometimes if knives don't have a tassel loop, I'll just loop it around one of the pins, which causes a problem because, like I just said, some of the knives want to smack the blade into the pin. This one doesn't do that. Snap-on logo. And this is, right there, it'll say the model number on this clip. If you can see that model, there it goes. Model 87118. Yeah, that's a 6. And there's the number for service information and stuff. This knife is pretty awesome. And I think it's actually laser etched into the handle. Because it's not raised up. I'm pretty sure that's embedded into the handle, so I don't have to worry about that wearing off or anything. Because when I rub my finger over it, it feels... Yeah, I think it's embedded. Anyway. Pretty nice. If I hadn't gotten one of these already, I'd probably get one. And it's only, in my AutoZone, it was only $20. $19.99. Woohoo! But this thing, seriously though, you should probably get one of these. If you like knives, if you like something that opens smooth and doesn't play. And these handles, I don't even think I've talked about these handles yet. These handles, it's made from material. We'll take a type of fabric. Usually this one is, I think, some type of plastic. What's it called? I can't even remember what the name is called. They used to make them out of pants in the 80s, but I want to say it's called denim. It's like plastic material. What they did is they take it, they put it in layers, and then they layer it up, and they'll either use a resin or they'll heat it up. I think this one used the resin method. If you look, it makes a really nice finish. You can even see it down in the holes and everything. It just looks really neat. And that's the reason that edge looks like that too. I don't know why it doesn't want to focus right now. But yeah, that's why that edge looks like that. It's actual individual fibers that are pressed together inside of there. It's what causes that look. The individual edges of the fibers, why it looks like that. Look at that right there. Wait, that looks nice. And this is a really good liner lock too. I've actually tested this liner lock to see if it'll fold up on me. And it won't fold no matter how hard I push it. I just really like it. And if you get one, you'll probably like it too. That's basically all I have to say about this. Oh my. See you on the next video.